Today is the day I'm going to do my vermicompost sorting, aka harvesting. It's been many months since I did it last, so this should be ready for the garden. So I opened this bin, and a few weeks ago I put more so of my food for the worms on this side, so the worms are there. So I'm going to take from here where there's less worms, so I don't have to do as much sorting. So let's take a look here. See, there's a lot of worms here, see? Oh my God, there's a lot of worms. See? But not so much on this side. So I'm gonna just take not too much of a batch here, and I'm gonna do some sorting. And again, I'm gonna put the black gold, just the soil part, into one bin, and I put the worms in another, and I'll put them back here. Look how tedious this is, folks. Crumb by crumb, I deal with the soil in the garden. So I take a bit of this and look to see if there are any worms. I see none. It goes in here. I use a transparent bin because that way the worms will all avoid the sunlight and go in the middle, and makes it easier for me to get the vermicompost from the top. So see, I spread this out, this little pile, and I see no worms, and it goes in here. And then if I find any worms, like I see one here, he goes in this used yogurt container. This is very tedious. I wonder if they have machines for this. I know they do, but when you're working from home, you gotta do what you got. See, there's a worm. Okay, so this is gonna take many hours. So I'm just trying to teach my son what we're doing here. I guess this is educational as well. Okay, so I did all the sorting, and I put all the worms in here, and now I'm going to return them back to their home. Okay, so their worm home was here. So let's open this bin. Here's our finished compost, our vermicompost, and now we're going to put it in our garden. I'm going to side dress my cucumber plants, and I'm going to mix it in a bed that I'm going to plant some herbs, such as basils. So we're gonna do some side dressing here. We're gonna put some of this here. Now for my favorite part, I'm gonna empty most of this into this bed. I'm planning to grow a ton of herbs here. This pomegranate tree survived the frost, so I'm gonna feed him as well some of this vermicompost. So that concludes our vermicomposting harvesting for the day. So the two tips that I have, the two most important ones that I would recommend to you, is do it in small batches. Don't do harvesting, sorting all in one day, like your entire bin. It's gonna discourage you. So I just had like a shoebox size of vermicompost to sort, and that was enough. Two, the second tip would be when you're harvesting, like you just do the side that you didn't put your food in, so the worms would go on the other side. So it was easy and faster for me because all the worms would go on one side, and I could just harvest from the side where there were no worms. So, I mean, there were some worms, but not so much as the other side. So it was a lot faster for me to do. So those are the two tips that I have to make this quick.